Okay, so now that we have our images rendered, let's import to After Effects. So right click, import file. Let's choose our background first, then right click again, import file. Go to the folder with your sequence, just select the first one. It should automatically check PNG sequence and just press import. And now you have a sequence from 1 to 900 frames. Let's create a composition, right click, new comp from selection, and let's take the animation and drag it on top of the background. It's already on top of our background and it's basically matching perfectly. However, if you zoom in closer, you can see there is a sharp line of our animation. Now this is not ideal in my case. I would love to remove it here as well. Now to remove these sharp edges, let's hide the background. Make sure you press here to remove the black background. Let's choose a pen tool. Make sure our animation is selected and let's create a mask. Now press here to hide the mask outlines and let's unhide our background. And let's zoom in closer. Okay, it's right here, and on the other side as well, it's right here. So what we have to do to remove the edges, go to masks, feather, and let's just increase the feather maybe by 50. And as you can see, all sharp edges are gone and it's blending wonderfully. And if we go to the end, as you can see, it's looping as well. Now let's add some steam rising from the cup and from the teapot. I have my smoke ready, so I just take the smoke and I drag it into the After Effects. To download this smoke effect, the link is in the description. You will find it here on Pixabay from Joe Hackney. So let's drag it. Let's press S to scale it. Change the blending mode. If you don't see it, you have to click this corner here. It will change the menu display. So change blending mode to screen. The steam is way too sharp for me. I would like to make it more blurry. So we go to Effect, Blur, Fastbox Blur. And let's just increase. For me it looks perfect now. We have again sharp edges around here. From the smoke footage, to remove it, make sure it's selected. Effect, Color Correction, Curves. And now we take this end and we just move it ever so little so the edges are gone. I might as well change opacity. Press letter T, opacity, I change it to 70. Now let's duplicate, edit, duplicate or Ctrl D, and we take this footage and we drag over here. Let's squeeze it. Now the footage is identical, so I would like to offset one of those. To do that, let's just go maybe 2 seconds in the timeline. We select the teapot steam and then edit, split layer, Ctrl Shift D. Take the first one, hold Shift and drag it to the end so it snaps. And let's take the bottom one and let's drag it to the very end, hold Shift to snap it. And let's cut this part as well because it's not needed. Edit, split layer, and we just delete. Now there are a few things that we can improve and add a little bit of color grading. What I like to do personally is to duplicate the background by pressing Ctrl D, move at the very top, add effect, blur, fastbox blur, increase perhaps around 100, then change the blending mode to add, press T for opacity and reduce it, and it gives an extra low and it improves the highlights. I believe it adds a nice touch to the footage. Another thing what we could do, if you go to full preview, you can see that all objects are way too polished and way too clean. We need to add a little bit of noise to add this extra realism. To do that, right click, new adjustment layer, and then effect, noise HLS. And where is lightness, let's increase by 2%. Now it's looking much better. In my opinion, it looks more realistic and less 3D. All we have to do now is just to export this video, and I will explain more in detail how to do that in the next video.